in this video, I'll be telling us how to get pregnant fast. Actually, I'm not a medical personnel, but there are some little things that I will get to know either through experience, through research, through reading, and through some people in the field. So we'll get to know more about all these things, and probably we'll practice it and we'll see that okay, this is the way, and that's why we're able to say something about it. So today I'll be telling us how some things to do in order to get pregnant fast. Without wasting much of our time, let's quickly go into the point. Number one thing to consider when you are trying to conceive is you have to stop any kind of birth control. Probably you have been on all these pills that they normally use in order not to get pregnant, and by the time you are ready to get pregnant, you have to discontinue the usage of all this kind of birth control. And another thing is that for someone that is trying to conceive, it's very much ideal for you to get a kind of checkup. You have to go to hospital. In fact, in the Western world, anyone trying to conceive go to hospital for checkup in order to see that the body is actually okay to allow conception. They check out all kind of things in the body to know that okay, as a woman you are fit to get pregnant. It's not that when one is already pregnant that you now discover those some kinds of ailments and and there are some things that even doctor will not be able to treat while you are pregnant. So to avoid all this kind of thing, a woman that is trying to conceive will need to get a kind of medical checkup to ensure that you are fit to get pregnant, and then you are good to go. And another thing is that you should know your cycle. This is the major thing that is confronting a lot of women, even the educated ones. Most ladies, they don't even know how to calculate their cycle. In calculating one cycle, it's just the number of days between your last period to the next period. If you are starting your period today, you start the counting today, and you continue counting till the day you start another one. So the start of the last period to the beginning of the next period is actually your cycle. So you calculate how many days do you have between two menstruation. So that's cycle. Majority of people don't know how to calculate their cycle, and if you are not able to calculate your cycle, how will you be able to determine your ovulation days? So this is what we are trying to say here. Every lady should be able to calculate their cycle very well. Another thing is that you have to have sex at the right time. If you're able to calculate your cycle very well, you'll be able to determine your ovulation days, and you'll be able to meet when you are ovulating. If you don't have sex when you are ovulating, you might not be able to get pregnant. You might just be doing, and at times you just think maybe there's a problem. There may not be any kind of problem. It might just be wrong calculation of ovulation that is causing you not to conceive. Another thing is that for someone that is trying to get pregnant, after having sex, you have to stay on bed for some time before getting up. After having sex, just maintain that your sleeping position for some period, for like let's say 30 minutes or thereabout before getting up, because we have a lot of women that after having sex they get up, and even the sperm that is supposed to fertilize the egg is being poured out of the woman. In this case, a woman might not be able to conceive. So it is advised that a woman that is trying to get pregnant should lie a bit on bed after sex before getting up. And another thing is that we should try as much as possible to maintain healthy lifestyle. We should try and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Not too much of stress. You eat well. you care for your body, you stay away from processed food, all this canned food, all this junk food, all this processed food. They are being processed with a lot of salt, which is not too ideal for even for anybody. Talk much of someone that is trying to get pregnant. And the thing is, you always go for fresh meats and fresh farm produce like vegetables or everything you need to eat. Let them be fresh one, not preserved food and the rest of things like that. And anything you eat, let it be in moderation. Don't eat too much and don't eat less. Let everything be in moderation. And another thing, some other things that we have to put into consideration for a woman that is trying to conceive is that a woman that is smoking should try to stop smoking, eliminate that smoking. For the time being that you are waiting to get pregnant, try and eliminate smoking, drinking. Try and avoid drinking all these alcoholic drinks, beer and the rest of them. Try to avoid them for the time being that you are trying to get pregnant. Another thing is that you should try to avoid excess intake of caffeine. Anything you want to take, any kind of drink, any kind of drug, read through the bottles, the plastic, the pack and the rest of them to ensure that those things or that drug that you want to take does not contain caffeine. These are the kind of things that can stop a woman or that can hinder a woman from getting pregnant. And another thing is that we should try as much as possible to exercise. Exercise your body, mind exercise, not a rigorous one, mind exercise. And we should try as much as possible to treat any existing health problem, any kind of health condition like diabetes, like IBP, and the rest of them. Any kind of health challenges that you might be having, tackle those ones first before you try to conceive. And when we're talking about a woman trying to get pregnant, even man should not be exempted. The husband too must not be exempted. Man should try as much as possible to boost their sperm function. Man should eat food that will boost their sperm. Food that contains zinc, folic acid, vitamin C, vitamin E. Even as a woman that is trying to get pregnant, you should try as much as possible. It's very easy these days. You can check through the internet. Just look for food that contains all these kind of nutrients. And that's the kind of food you eat, you give your husband too. These are the food that will boost his sperm, that will help conception. Another thing is that even man should stop intake of alcohol, should stop smoking and the rest of things like that. Another thing is that man should always stay cool. Man should stay cool. Man should not stay in a place where there is too much heat, because even man's scrotum does not permit a kind of heat environment. Another thing is that for a woman that is trying to get pregnant, the husband should avoid hot baths. Man's scrotum needs a cool environment to be able to produce a very good sperm. So man should always have a cool shower, not hot. And men should always try to avoid putting laptops on their laps, because even the laptop can generate a lot of heat that is not good for the man's private part. So avoid putting laptops on your lap. And another thing is that men should, that the wife is trying to conceive, should try not to be putting phones in their pockets, because even the phone's vibration is not that ideal, is not that okay for the man's private part. So, and man too should try as much as possible to avoid stress. Avoid stress. And lastly, for a woman that is trying to get pregnant, please eliminate anxiety. eliminate anxiety. Just calm down your mind and relax and be patient. Pregnancy will surely come. Anxiety is one of the things that always stop women from getting pregnant. When you are so anxious, as in when you are expecting your period, probably you've had intercourse during your ovulation, just calm your mind. Remove your mind that if it come, it comes. If it does not come, it does. Don't just put your 100% on it that this month I must get pregnant. That is anxiety. Eventually, it might not come. So just relax your mind. Put everything in God's hands, and before you know it, you'll be able to get pregnant, and you will carry that bundle of joy that you have been expecting. Here I start today. If you find this video interesting or educative, kindly give a like, give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Thank you and God bless you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.